episode number 20, episode XX of The Last 7, a Newport-based podcast and not so philosophical wax regarding the last 7 days. I'm your host, Dan Rowley, as always, and with me, Kenneth Trainer.
As always.
As always, yeah.
But not like a sidekick.
No, but yeah, in a sort of way. I'm going to make this a really sort of self-indulgent podcast because I've done no work whatsoever for it. There's been other stuff, so a lot of it, it's going to be a lot of good things of the week really, because I've had a pretty good week. Work's been fine, everything else has been fine. I haven't been bogged down with doing the research or any work for this, so apologies in advance. But yeah, this is going to be pretty much about all of my great stuff.
So basically, the reason that the week is a bit shit, a lot of the time, is because of this.
It's the bane of my existence.
Oh.
I hate it. Can't believe we got to 20 so far. We're not going to be joined by Antonio, unfortunately.
Oh, Antonio, he's gone away. Left me alone, all on my own.
It was my fake laugh after, of course, we didn't hear it recording this live. But you would have heard that brilliant song.
Well, I think we both hear it most days because one of us is usually singing it.
Yeah, it's catchy. We'll have to give it that.
I remember feeling quite embarrassed. I think the weekend after we discovered it was I woke up and I was just singing it to myself. I was lying in bed. And when I said to you, I was singing that this morning, you said, yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, I laugh because
really
I was doing the same thing, doing some washing up at work. People give you a big couple of funny looks, you know, if you're not singing that fucking... All about that bass. Have you heard that song?
No.
That, this week, was, Sunday, became the joint longest number one of the year, with 4 weeks.
This year?
Yeah, this year.
Right, okay.
Not of all time. That's
what I was thinking.
Yeah, no, that's Bryan
right.
Adams. I had another fucking weird fact as well that I thought, hold on, that's not true. I got really into reading about it.
An ultra fact, was it?
Yeah, it is an ultra fact. I'll put it up. But I was reading about it and I thought, this is well interesting. We got so far into it, I went, this is balls. Hold on. And then I realised I'd read the beginning bit wrong. But we'll get to that in This Week in History.
Okay.
What happened this week?
Not loads. A jogger ran into David Cameron.
He did, yeah.
Dean Farley. Interested in the coverage on that. It could have been a terrorist.
He had dreadlocks, didn't he, or something like that? He looked pretty new age. There were 2 photographs I saw.
Yeah, you're surprised they got within half a mile of the fucking Tory PM, aren't you?
One of him hitting the Prime Minister, and then him being arrested on the grass.
Yeah.
He was going to the gym, apparently. Well, so as they cleverly worded in the paper, allegedly going to the gym.
Yeah, that's what they all say, innit?
It means the same thing, obviously, but allegedly sounds way more like it's going to court. Could have been a terrorist. I'm not. Well, we better arrest you just to make sure. I'm on my way to the gym. Yeah, they all say that. Do they?
It is interesting because this is a perfect opportunity to see what lessons they've learned from like the last several years
of attempted terrorist attacks and successful terrorist attacks, of course.
Well, no, but I was just thinking about what was it called? I can't remember now. The
9/11.
inquiry. No, the inquiry, not the terror, the press inquiry.
Oh, the Leveson,
yeah, because of you remember that girl a few years ago that was murdered in Bristol?
Oh, yeah.
And the newspapers were basically like, her landlord looks a bit weird, therefore obviously did it.
School teacher,
and he was part of he was a big part of that inquiry, so, as a witness, and it's just making me think about, what they're actually saying about this Dean Farley bloke who was just on his way. I mean, let's be honest, right? It's the Prime Minister should be apologising to him. He's having a jog to the gym.
Yeah.
The fucking Prime Minister gets in his way.
Yeah, he was well getting in his way. He was going down the path, like a public footpath, sometimes used by joggers.
Yeah.
There's fucking 12 cunts just in the way. One massive one, of course, but the photo of him bumping into the Prime Minister, I saw in the paper, is there's like a guy who sort of looks sort of away from his ice cream or whatever he's got at the minute, whoever the Prime Minister's protection racket are. And then the other 6 just sort of staring into the distance, looking the opposite way, looking for danger far away, looking for snipers and things like that. Yeah, a lone jogger. Well, that's what they know now. I'll tell you the best way as well to avoid attacks like that, like real attacks on the Prime Minister, is by showing how easy it is to get close to him. All you've got to do is be jogging. Poor bloke. Yeah, just
Yeah, when is David Cameron going to apologise for
Yeah.
getting in this man's way?
yeah, camo. Let's have a quick apology. Sorry for him being arrested for nothing.
Yeah.
What was he arrested for then? Like common assault, do you think, or because he's hit him, or
Probably just as a matter of course, probably like, look, you probably are just a jogger, but just to be safe, we're going to arrest you under the terrorism bill. And hold you for, what is it? Is it 48 hours or 72 hours or something they can hold?
Oh yeah, it was
that?
extended, wasn't it? There was a big
Yeah,
thing about it
yeah.
being extended. I think it's maybe 3 days.
It's like that, yeah. Just to make absolutely sure that he was jogging.
24 hours in police custody is a documentary that's been on Channel 4. Well, a documentary series that's been on Channel 4. So with a regular crim, you've got 24 hours to try and prosecute.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
actually quite interesting to see the police putting on a polite front for the cameras.
No, I think they just have to look like they're doing something. Because if you think about it, if it was just like, oh, sorry, mate. Like, if a jogger ran into me, it would just be, you'd hope he'd be like, oh, sorry, mate, oh, sorry, and then he just keeps running.
Yeah,
But in this instance, because it's like he's the Prime Minister and they fucked up, they've got to look like they're,
Yeah, it has to be though that, like you say, that they were in the way. He probably just hadn't started jogging at that point to sort of run through a crowd. He'd probably been jogging for a good while.
That's the point. Is there some kind of problem with his vision? Is it irresponsible of him to be jogging? Because there were quite a lot of people, weren't there? It was like, you just ran headfirst into a crowd. Like, fuck these guys. Maybe
Yeah.
he's really antisocial. And
Maybe he's claiming benefits for being partially sighted. That'll be the headline now.
Yeah, I know. What kind of
Benefit
name?
cheat strikes cameras.
Yeah, what kind of name is Dean Farley anyway? Fake, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
I wonder what his real name is.
Dean Farley. Farcical.
Yeah, Dean Farouk probably.
Dietmar Farouk.
I haven't looked at the Daily Mail on it. It probably is something like that.
Yeah. Dietmar Farouk, who was seen visiting a mosque recently.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's like a trip in university or
Can
something.
you imagine that? That's the only way that it could have been more nonsensical, isn't it? If he had happened to be Asian, not even Muslim, but just Asian.
Yeah, Asian.
I mean, let's be honest, right? He could have been Spanish, and they'd have still had a massive fucking. Oh,
The Daily Mail would have gone Cameron's second battle with Brown.
I'm becoming inarticulate, for fuck's sake, Dan. I need to be more articulate to save us from gags like that.
Sorry, I thought it was a pretty good joke.
It's alright, yeah.
It's good for the Daily Mail standards. Just normally Diana predicts dropping house prices due to migration.
Yeah, they've kind of dropped the Diana angle recently. The Express has kind of picked up that baton.
Yeah.
They're much more about, like, Kate Middleton's morning sickness, isn't they? That's their royal.
No. It's a different type of morning sickness.
Really?
It's called like mega sickness or something
Are there
like
different
that.
types?
Yeah.
I thought it was just degrees of intensity.
Yeah,
how
no, I
it's
think that, there very well may be. The degrees of intensity might just be sort of tossed aside and going, all right, I've got quite bad morning sickness. But because it's Kate Middleton, they've called it like a made-up thing. They've called it bifidus digestivum or something like that. Ceramidar. What was the one you saw yesterday? In tiny writing.
Oh fuck, I can't remember.
Duofluxoc or something.
Something ridiculous on an advert, wasn't it? And there was no context, nothing else to say what this
Just
actually
an
was.
asterisk by it instead.
Yeah. It's a bit of a hobby, really. Like, when I come down here to watch a little bit of telly, or just when I come down for someone else and happen to catch some telly.
When you come to this flat, you will catch some telly.
Well, that's guaranteed, isn't it?
Yeah, guests, family, whoever, there'll be some telly on.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's alright.
Like,
But it has become a bit of a hobby. The bonus part of that is reading the small print on adverts.
84% of 216 women agree.
Yeah. I thought that was quite a respectable number, because a lot of the time it's like around 100, isn't it?
Yeah, yesterday, the one with the...
5,136 or something it was.
Yeah, 84% of them. Try and do the maths quite quickly just to see how many women agree, and just think of the money that's being spent on stuff like that. If we are, and I'm pretty sure we are, in an economical shitstorm, stop that. Stop shampoo research. Like, we've got loads of shampoo now, right? Like a shampoo aisle.
Yeah.
So just stop now. Stop for a year.
Yeah, but they want to research how much more money they can make by,
Spending loads of money. Just stop spending the money, because it's all projections at that point, then, isn't it? You're still spending the money, and the money that you earn doesn't exist yet. So just stop. Like I said before, with house prices, if people just stop paying loads of money for houses, house prices would drop. If anybody disagrees, or if anybody's got any reason, any economists listening, I know you're out there, email us, thelast7podcast@gmail.com, or follow us on Twitter @thelast7, or post on our Facebook page. I'm sure that's right. Everybody just says, no, I'm not paying that much money for a house.
You shouldn't have sacked the economist what used to work for us.
Yeah, well, we got rid of all of them, didn't we? In sort of week 7 or 8.
But if you hadn't, then you would have had I'm sure, a succinct and very informative answer to that question.
No, I'm definitely right. It's
How many times has that been said in this flat?
Anything else happened this week? It's been really sad news you mentioned though, yeah, so not going to bring up any of the atrocities that have happened, but
no,
everybody's aware of them and they fucking suck.
I mean, the one thing that did catch me, I don't know if I'd say nostalgic, because I'm and I don't say this often, I'm too young to remember the real heyday of the Daily Sport. Because, you know, for
what?
me... Well, what
was the heyday? What was the renaissance of the Daily Sport?
You know, when it was like the Weekly World News. When it was all, the headlines were about the Loch Ness Monster and...
Oh, right,
and
okay.
Like, you know,
like the 14 Times and things
yeah,
like that.
when it was more that type of paper, you know. Like my...
And football.
The most famous one, I think, is Aliens Turned My Son Into a Fish Finger, isn't
That's
it?
right, yeah.
And that did happen in our lifetime, but I think...
Gary Bushell ate my hamster? Was that one? Was it Gary Bushell?
Yeah, let's just say yeah. Yeah, he
plausible.
Yeah, totally plausible.
Freddie Starr. No, it's Freddie Starr ate my hamster. I beg your pardon.
Sorry, Gary.
Yeah, sorry, Bush.
I didn't have a chance really to go into a paper shop today and peruse the headlines, the front pages rather of the papers. Yeah. And I was looking on the BBC News website. I don't know if you've seen this feature, but they've usually got tomorrow's front pages. Like they do on Newsnight, but it's just on. And the front page of the Star, today's edition of the Star, which I saw too late, and I couldn't be bothered to leave the house and go and buy one.
And you've got to buy a Daily Star.
Well, yeah, and it's 40 pence now. You know.
Fucking hell.
Yeah.
The eye is fucking 40 pence.
Well, yeah, exactly. Look how much info's in that. This, however, did make me think that it made me think of what I imagine the heyday of the Daily Sport was like. That you would walk into a shop and you would see a headline like this and think, fuck's sake.
Hit me.
Britain's fattest woman ate fridge and died.
Oh no!
But where we realise that it's the Star in 2014 and not the Sport in 1990 or whatever, is because it didn't literally eat a fridge.
Right. I don't think UFOs literally turned a person's son into a fish finger either.
Well, he was there. I remember. I saw it. The fish finger. They had him on a cushion, Dan.
Yeah, I remember that. So she didn't actually eat a fridge. I don't think Freddie Starr actually ate a hamster. But what is supposed to have happened here?
No, it was just that she crammed her fridge full of favourite snacks and fizzy drinks and stuff. And 6,000 calories a day from the fridge stash.
Oh God.
Doctors wanted to lose weight, but she confessed, "Food is an addiction I can't fight." Now, the thing about this for me is I felt I was hesitant to bring this up. I mentioned it to you before we started, but not properly. It's too easy to like bash on fat people. Do you know what I mean? And do stuff about.
Yeah, of course.
It did kind of raise that for me. Like, why is that something that we think's okay? Why is that?
Yeah.
You know,
it's harsh, man. Fat people are treated poorly in society. There are genuine complaints that I know that people have, especially comedians, for instance, on about airplane seats and whatnot. Fat people are paid less. Fat people have fewer job opportunities. It's just the way of it. It's the food as an addiction thing that really sticks in people's craw.
Yeah.
But as mammals, it's not so much addiction as carnal, because we crave fat and sugar in our very basic being. Because as mammals, we don't know where the next, we know we've got consciousness. That's the difference. And we know that we're going to be stocked up, and unfortunately, we've evolved to the point where fat and sugars taste the best. They taste the best out of all food. So yeah, I want to eat what's going to taste the best. Oh, you might knock 10 years off your life. Well, fuck it. Everything tastes really good.
I mean, it's interesting to put it as an addiction because it's like you couldn't live without food for a particularly long time. You can go without it, but it's not.
But the amount of time you can consume a lot of food and die is a lot longer, in all cases nearly, than the amount of time you can go without food and die.
I think this woman who said that it was an addiction she couldn't fight, was it like... do you think it was like she was just hooked on the sensation of just eating food, of just filling up?
Well, that's what you are hooked on, isn't it? The sensation of anything, the effect that it has on you.
Yeah, true.
Eating nice food releases endorphins. Same as exercise, annoyingly.
Yeah, but it's
Eating food is easier, it's more accessible, and for many people it's cheaper than exercise.
Yeah, it's much easier.
And there's no stigma with having a lot of food. There's a stigma with being fat, but not so much as there is with being like a heroin or a crack addict, for instance.
Yeah.
But one would hope that other papers covered it a bit more sympathetically than the Daily Star, which, because I didn't have one because it was such a good week, but now that you've mentioned that, it's good. It's linked into it.
Yeah, sorry, not my finest, but
Not at all. It was worth bringing up. And Daily Star for your horrendous coverage of a poor woman's death. You were this week's Cunt of the Week.
Yeah.
Horrible cunt.
What's the best thing that's happened to you then, Dan? This
There's
week?
been a lot of things, man. I went to the dentist again today. It was £100, but I got one of my front teeth did. It's a big black mark on my front tooth, and it's been there for ages. Yeah, I can't even remember how long, but it's just been a feature that I've had for a long time. Absolutely painless. Same to female dentists that were doing it. They were fantastic. It was awesome. Like I said, it was money well spent. It looks wicked.
Yeah.
3 hours later, I had a sandwich. Awesome. I'm happy to go back and pay for the rest of it. So yeah, that was one best thing of the week.
Okay.
Santa Parks is booked.
Yep, yeah, it is indeed, and
Gone.
cheaper than anticipated.
Cheaper than anticipated, but not really, because we've gone for an early check-in. So it's $40 a piece.
Oh, I've only been told 36, so I think I'll keep those £4 to myself.
Spoken like a true Scot. George would have something to say about that.
You're gonna, she'll have something to say about this. It went from 42 to 36 to 40. What I'm saying is, she hasn't had anything to say to me.
You're not on
So
Facebook.
far.
You never answer your phone. So the reason why you're not being communicated with is because you've barred all communication. You're like North Korea. North Korea. That's what it's going to be. Also, got called up for a job interview next Thursday.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a pretty good thing that happened. Ken?
Yeah.
I was just wondering if anything... Not similar.
I'm also interviewing for a job on Thursday.
Oh, no way. Same day. Amazing.
Yeah,
Mine's
same day.
at 9:30. When is yours?
Mine's at 10:30.
Right, okay. So just after, I'll be able to probably let you know how mine goes. What job are you interviewing for?
The same one as you.
Ah, right. Okay. Ah. No, of course we know. It's awesome. Yeah, a bit of a promotion going on in work. We're both interviewing for. I'm not sure who else is, but it's going to be good. And we decided to pose for a photograph beforehand.
Yes.
Suited and booted,
of course,
like
of
old
course.
boxing photographs.
Yeah.
And I'll chuck a link up, and I'll actually chuck the photograph up, of course, as soon as it's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be smart.
Yeah. So look forward to that next Thursday.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting podcast the Tuesday after. I'm your host and boss, Ken Trainer. Joining me this evening, underling Dan Rowley.
Yeah. Yeah. We might have to do that now. You suggest it.
No, if either of us get that job, man, it'll be a good thing.
Yeah. I'm supporting you, mate.
Yeah, me too, man. Because I obviously I'm a very selfish person, so that's already taken care of. So with the 0.42% I've got left for altruism, I'm behind you 0.42%, mate.
Okay.
No, but 100 of that 4.2%.
Oh, I see. 100 of the 4.2.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'm
okay,
taking.
okay,
No,
okay.
I'm taking. Obviously, a lot of it's dedicated to me. I'm gonna. Goodness sake, you've known me for years now. So yeah, no, I'm behind you. That all of the rest of the way.
Which isn't much.
No, it's loads. 100% is what I just said.
Of what? 4.2?
0.42.
0.42. Sorry. Jesus.
Speaking of work, then it's time for a bio of Michelle Grice.
Yeah. Well, I think that rather than just running through a bio, I think we should put it to the test, mate.
What do you mean?
I think.
Oh, fuck off! I knew something was up.
Are you ready, Dan?
Yeah, I'm ready, man.
The specialist subject.
Michelle Theresa Grice.
Michelle Theresa Grice. What is Michelle Grice's favourite colour?
Oh, what? Come on.
What? Well, you were going to do a bio a minute ago. That confidence has disappeared.
Yeah, favourite colour?
What is Michelle Grice's favourite colour? I'll give you a clue. What colour does she wear most? It's test Dan's powers of observation,
Fuck
everybody.
me!
I'm going to have to hurry you. Yes, the correct answer is purple.
Right, yeah, right.
Well
okay.
done.
No, I'm nervous.
Where was Michelle Grice born?
Country?
No.
Shit.
Well, which country?
Wales.
Yeah, where in Wales? Begins with a C.
Bran.
No.
Cardiff.
No.
Shit.
The other one. No, I'm too late, man. Caerphilly.
Caerphilly. Shit.
Well, I'll be honest. As I was doing this, she said she was born in the miners, and then another colleague of ours who was nearby went, "Oh, I was born in the miners," and they started talking about the miners, and
All right.
I don't know what that is.
It's a club in Caldecott. I'm bang on there. 2 out of 2.
No, 1 out of 2. Question 3. What is Michelle Grice's natural hair colour?
I do believe she might be auburn of some sort.
Well, she said auburn when I was younger, but not anymore. She's not 100% sure. That's what I took about that. Who would Michelle Grice like to play her in a film about her life?
Oh.
Who would she choose to play her?
Natalie Portman.
Oh, that's correct, yeah. And can you name any other suggestions anybody might have had? So who have other people suggested would be good to play her in a film about her life? I've got 2 names here.
Two names.
No, you don't have to say 2. I've got 2 names for like other suggestions.
I'm trying to think of like petite actresses.
Not necessarily actresses.
Actors.
Well, one is an actress and a singer who's been suggested. That's what I meant, not
Actress and a singer.
actor. One is more a singer today, but did start out as an actress.
Oh fuck.
Too late. It's Kylie Minogue.
Kylie Minogue.
Or Lindsay Lohan has also been suggested.
Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, no, I heard about Lindsay Lohan the other day. No, that's awful.
What did Michelle Grice do for a living before she became a nurse?
Don't know.
Yeah, she was a barmaid. How many tattoos does Michelle Grice have?
Barmaid?
It's not
Nice.
too Ronnie sketch, mate. Get on with it. How many tattoos does Michelle Grice have?
Alright, there's one on her wrist by here, one on her foot. The John Lennon one as well. 3?
It is 3.
Yeah, okay.
Do you know what they are?
There's like a portrait of a mother holding a baby,
Nice,
something
cool.
like that on her wrist.
Yeah.
She got something on her foot, and she got Julian, famous drawing of John Lennon by Julian Lennon.
What are Michelle Grice's 3 favourite things?
The chocolate.
That is one of them.
Oh, hold on a second. This was on Facebook. It's chocolate, Liverpool FC, and penis.
Right.
What are the official standings?
The official standings are chocolate, beer, and penguins. But she did say that you would say penis, so I'll give you half a point for that.
Half a point?
Yeah.
1 point because
they're saying John Humphreys, mate. Who is Michelle Grice's favourite out of Dan and Ken?
Oh, that is terrible.
The answer's terrible, mate.
I don't know whether you mean terrible for me or whether you're saying as yourself that it's terrible. So it's got to be a dead heat.
Yeah, she said you're both very special in your own ways.
She hates us both.
Yep.
That's what that means.
And finally, Michelle Grice was once attacked by a goose in Rove Park. How did she fight it off?
I'm not sure I've been told this story. I'm going to go with...
It doesn't matter. What do you think she would do in this situation?
I don't know. Did she like hit it with the bread that she was feeding other ducks?
I'll give you that. She threw a loaf of bread at it and then stood on a bench.
Right, so that was the biography. Cheers, Ken. Cheers, Michelle, as well for sorting that out.
Yeah, she wanted more of a mention. But then when I started doing
That's
this,
not a mention. That's a feature.
Yeah, and then she said she thought it might be a bit weird because no one would know who she is. But now they do.
Yeah, no, they do. She's a nurse. What works with us, and possesses all of those qualities and preferences that you just heard about.
I think he scored pretty well then.
Yeah, I think I did a pretty fucking good job. I think you might have to reconsider my my proposal of her moving into this one-roomed flat.
I'm sure she'll reconsider it. I'm not sure she'll change her answer, but she might reconsider it.
If only after hearing me say the word reconsider for a millisecond, maybe 0.42 of a second, which is an amount to which I can relate. This week in history, Ken. This week in 1938, Orson Welles broadcasts War of the Worlds,
Oh, it's brilliant.
causing
You ever listen to
hysteria. Yeah, loads, man.
Yeah. No, because it's a famous thing, isn't it? Like the what happened as a result of that radio broadcast, or during that radio broadcast, even.
Yeah.
People thinking it was real, but I think more people know about that than have actually listened to it. And
Really?
I would say so. Yeah.
What's the point, though? Having said that, I watch TV series in which there are books and things, and you probably get a lot more fulfillment out of a book. But
There's
seriously,
a book of this one as well. You're aware of that, right?
Yeah. It's H.G. Wells. Shut up, you dick. Yeah, no, because it's so famous is the point. Then why wouldn't you go? What were they so? That's kind of what you think when you listen to it. But we live in enlightened times where we know. So if it was to happen on the radio now, say just Radio 4 just cut out, would I shit myself? It's one of those famous rhetorical questions.
I thought you were going to talk about Pavlovian conditioning for a second.
Every time the radio cuts out, I immediately shit myself.
Yeah,
it's drummed into me.
That was your excuse last time.
I probably had a bit too much to drink. Somebody turned the radio off. I've explained this, I don't know how many times. The radio cut out. I voided my bowels, and that's how it works. I've told you that before. This week in 1919, U.S. Congress passes the Volstead Act.
Volstead?
Yeah, the Volstead Act, the Prohibition Act. So no alcohol from 1919 to mid to late 20s. I'll be able to tell you soon because I am watching Boardwalk Empire at the minute. It's fucking brilliant, mate. It's really, really good. I got 3 series given to me, and because we had a power cut the other day, and they were on my laptop, and I had enough battery left. That's why I watched it, because I went about 4 hours, I think, without some sort of
internet or television.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I can't even give it the broad spec of visual stimulus. No, it was stuff I can watch and just go just mong in front of for ages, pretending I'm learning. 20 seem amazing. Look at the different clothes. But that's what it was like. That's what got me in, the different clothes and that.
Have you read much else about the Prohibition era? Do you know how is it kind of accurate?
Yeah, bang. All the people in it's obviously well dramatised, but most of the people in it are portrayals of historical figures and gangsters, most of all. Meyer Lansky, Lucky Luciano is played in it, and Enoch Thompson is the protagonist, played by Steve Buscemi. But the guy's real name was Enoch Johnson, so they've taken only a slight liberty with his name there.
Okay, but he was a real guy.
Yeah, real guy. Treasurer of Atlantic City, and for who knows what sort of actual ties that there were, and it would take a lot of extra reading. But Boardwalk Empire is also a book.
It would take a lot of extra reading, which you can't be bothered to do.
Dude, you should see what's happening in Boardwalk Empire, and if it's half as interesting in the Prohibition era, I'm sold, and I might watch another documentary about it with a famous person narrating it. Pass those ideas off as my own. Oh, and this week in 1929, Black Monday, stock market crash.
Oh, right, yeah.
In the United States that led to a 10-year depression. Which
The
might
Great
be
Depression.
covered in season 4 or 5 of Boardwalk Empire. Who knows? But I'm bloody well looking forward to it.
What I was quite into recently, this weekend I finished reading the Wind Up Bird Chronicle by Haruki Murakami.
A potential specialist subject for
Which
Mastermind.
was brilliant. Yeah,
Next Friday.
maybe.
Really?
If it's going to piss you off, definitely.
Everybody's picked really specific things as well.
Of course they have, Dan. They've learned how to do it.
I know. Yearly I host a Mastermind evening, and this is going to be the 4th one, I think. So, and if people that continue to take the piss in this manner, then maybe the last. But there's an extra surprise happening as well. So
I don't think it's taking the piss. I mean, I think my idea of doing a specific Wikipedia page as the specialist subject was on the money, because you said that it's against the rules, but I've never heard of these rules. I think you're just making them up.
I think that it's too specific, but it will challenge me as quizmaster to think of the most obscure questions relating to it. They will be relating to it. It's not going to be, it's not going to be a complete digression. But Justin, for instance, has given me Albatross, a famous racehorse, whose Wikipedia page is very small, and I'm pretty sure he's done that on purpose. But there'll be further reading at the reference library.
The reference library.
I'm gonna go Wikipedia. I'm gonna go mental for it.
Okay.
I'm gonna go mental on that internet.
Yeah, I mean, my initial idea was to do Adolf Hitler's Wikipedia page because of that game that was played several years ago. I think mostly in offices. I worked in an office at the time.
Yeah.
I was quite bored. And
Yeah,
so things like this would, could occupy you for a couple of minutes. And that was important to get.
I remember doing it at university.
Yeah.
Doing a dissertation and things like that.
Yeah, if anyone's interested, just click the random page option on Wikipedia, and then how many links do you have to follow to reach Adolf Hitler?
It's not very many. You can get from Gandhi to Hitler in 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I think Gandhi met Mussolini at some point or something. This week in 1538, the Universidad Santa Thomas de Aquino, the first institute of higher education, this is where I fucked up, is formed in what is now the Dominican Republic. So it said the first institute of higher education, so the first university, and I went, oh my god, that's amazing. The Dominican Republic? Click, clickety, click, click, click. Totally forgetting that we'd covered Oxford University previously, 1030 or something daft like that. And
that was a good question. I remember that about
Yeah.
Why wasn't the Aztec Empire studied in the first?
Oh yeah.
Oxford
Why didn't the
history
first
project.
Oxford students study the Aztec Empire? Because the Aztec Empire wouldn't exist for another 300 years.
Yeah.
Brilliant. But no, it was in the New World, in the Americas, as we know them now. Still pretty cool though.
Yeah.
1538, and in the Dominican Republic.
1832 it closed.
1832.
1832.
That's a good run.
Yeah. Reopened and renamed in 1914.
Sweet. Is it
Still
still
there.
going?
Still there today.
Good. When I was searching for, I think it was, a cunt of the week, before you got onto the Daily Star. Good for you. I was looking for it, and what did I type into Google? Terrible deeds this week. Because I'd gone for cunt of the week. I thought straight away, because if there's a website, I'll just rip it off, like 100%. I got into a thing then called Uncyclopedia.
Oh yeah. I know.
You've heard of it? Okay,
Yeah.
The content-free encyclopedia.
Yeah.
But it just under the heading "Very Bad Deeds." The first bit is a quote that's prefixed by an ellipsis, and it says, "And then it took me 20 minutes to clean up the church bathroom." Noel Coward. Very bad deeds are deeds that are not quite evil, but are generally frowned upon by most major governments and religions in the civilized world. A number of studies by people and organisations who are paid huge sums of money to have an opinion on such things indicate that a build-up of a number of very bad deeds may lead to gross moral turpitude. Distinguishing very bad deeds from evil ones can be difficult. There are certain features that distinguish evil deeds from ones that are merely very bad. Evil deeds bring great harm, suffering and possibly death to people. A very bad deed merely puts one off one's lunch, makes one go ugh at the thought of it, or is considered to be rather mean or in poor taste. Evil deed, burning down a church. Very bad deed, masturbating in a church bathroom. Evil deed, setting a kitten on fire. Very bad deed, pulling a kitten's tail. Evil deed, genocide. Very bad deed, frightening large numbers of people who may or may not have a heart condition. What's the best thing about Halloween here, Ken?
Well, the fact we don't have a front door anyone can knock on.
Oh, it's
For me.
amazing. It's been years now. Years since any trick-or-treaters have come to the door, and it's absolute bliss. It's amazing. Loads of fireworks going off. Wrong day for it, but they do it. Loads of eggs being thrown, downstairs. Maybe get an egg outside the window, but luckily it's the winter, so won't be there for long. Any good things happening this week? Any heroes you want to mention, Ken? There's a couple here.
Good things. I had my first proper driving lesson last night.
Oh!
Obviously.
How was it?
Yeah, obviously interested listeners, and by that I mean interested listener, if there is one, know that I had sort of informal lessons from a good friend of mine several weeks ago, and last night first proper lesson with driving with in a car that's got a second set of pedals and stuff.
Yeah.
And so on. Yeah.
The old dual control. Anything bad happened to you this week?
No.
It's like I'm sitting pretty.
That's the thing. Yeah, I'm doing all right really.
Fantastic.
Who's the hero of the week? Is there one?
Yeah, there is. It's quite a nice one to finish up this week. Our hero of the week. Sir Nicholas Winton was 29 when he arranged trains to take the children out of occupied Czechoslovakia and for foster families to meet them in London. This was, of course, during the Second World War, during the rounding up of Jewish people. The 105-year-old man was given the Order of the White Lion by the Czech president during a ceremony at Prague Castle. In a speech, He thanked the British people who gave the children homes. He said, "I want to thank you all for this enormous expression of thanks for something which happened to me nearly 100 years ago, and 100 years is a heck of a long time. I'm delighted that so many of the children are still about and are here to thank me." What a guy.
Yeah, proper hero.
Absolute fucking legend. And it's good that we have these really deserving heroes of the week. I've mentioned sort of Felix Dennis before. We've had Robin Williams, obviously, but for sad reasons. But this guy's 105, so it's really nice to have. Yeah, he's old as fuck, but it's really nice to have an alive hero of the week and somebody who did something so awesome and so profound and so meaningful to so many people. As he said, there are children there alive today. You could look at a room of people who wouldn't be alive without his intervention.
Yeah.
And I think that is.
Yeah, that's
a hell of a fulfilling thing to have.
Yeah, good on him, hero of the week.
Damn straight. Nicholas Winton, hero of the week. How did you want to finish, Ken?
I wanted to finish because it occurred to me as we were talking that perhaps people might like to know some more about you, Dan. And so I thought I could adapt these questions and ask you.
Okay.
Yeah?
Anybody who'll give me 5 minutes knows a lot about me. As I said, I'm quite selfish.
Would
Narcissistic as well.
You want to indulge in that, surely?
Exactly. There better be
Right.
twice as many questions, Ken.
What is your favourite colour?
Annoyingly, it is black. It just seems like a bit of a shitty thing to say these days, you know?
It doesn't appear on a colour wheel, for example.
No, it doesn't. Alright, from a colour wheel?
Nah, not necessarily. You can say black.
Okay.
Where were you born?
Pontypridd.
Ooh. What is your natural hair colour?
Very dark brown.
Yeah, this colour you've got now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who would you want to play you in a film about your life?
Nicholas Lyndhurst or Ray Winston?
Nicholas Lyndhurst.
Rodney, yeah.
Yeah, I know who he is.
What I'm saying is it's not always appropriate to go for the star of Only Fools and Horses, Denzel.
Right. Has anyone ever suggested anyone to play you in a film about you?
Joe Pasquale.
Joe Pasquale, yeah, I thought so. What did you do before your current job?
It was in uni, but mostly bar work.
How many tattoos do you have?
1, 2, 9.
9?
Hmm.
Wow, okay. I won't ask what they are. Cause
No,
they're too
a
long.
lot of them are shit. It would be way embarrassing for me. Yeah.
What are they?
I've got some classic Chinese symbols. I've got a lovely tribal number. I've also got an Om on the back of my neck.
Oh, yeah. What are your 3 favourite things?
It's gonna have to be. Yeah, I'll be completely honest. Yeah, it's the television. It's the constant stream of shit that I can enjoy. The internet and wine.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a sad indictment, right?
Wow.
I'm sure they'll change soon. Soon it'll be like wine, internet, self-harm. That'll be wine, internet.
So wine and internet very much
At the forefront, yeah.
yeah, very much fixed in the rest of your life as you see it. I am adapting this obviously from the questions asked earlier, so I'll put this to you thusly. Who is your favourite out of Ken and Michelle Grice?
Well, you are both lovely in your own way. But if I had to choose who to introduce to my family as my new partner for life,
You've invented that scenario. I didn't ask you. I just asked you who your favourite was.
you're both awesome. I couldn't possibly pick between you.
Right, so the same answer. We're both very special in our own ways. If you were to be attacked by a goose in Roe Park, how would you fight it off?
A mixture of Jeet Kune Do and willpower.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I think that I might ask some more people that question. It's a good, judging character, isn't it? I'll ask the boys next week if they're back.
When you meet new people, that'll be your thing. It'll be the hat, it'll be the hair, and it'll be, you always ask that question, and depending on how you answer is how much time he gives you. I'd like to introduce you to Ken. Hello. If you were being attacked by a goose, how would you defend yourself?
In Roe Park.
Oh, in Roath Park, sorry, it's going to be that specific.
Well, she was.
Was that it? Was that the last one?
That was the last one, mate.
Alright, good. Well, now that everybody knows how sad my existence is, with my cat and my telly and my internet and my wine, it'd be a good time to sign off. So I'd like to very much thank my co-participants for this week. Kenneth Trainer.
Thank you, Dan.
And Marilyn. Happy now?
Yeah.
Placating you in the cat. That's what it's come to.
Yeah, good. I think